Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. I am here and on time. I feel like I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, working on a lot more content for my channel, Rain Movement. And so look for just a lot of consistency moving forward. And I am really excited to be putting so much time and effort and heartfelt energy into it. But today I'm feeling the full moon, like, whew, I should be doing the opposite. Because the full moon is a time, in my opinion, to kind of rest and restore and work with the energies and feelings that are coming up. So I think I've been over pushing myself this full moon. But we all know today is the full moon in Capricorn. And so, what you'll need today, and I'll give you time to retrieve all of that, is just a mat, maybe an eye pillow or an eye mask for Soundbath. Any props you feel like you need to support your yoga practice. I would love to say what kind of yoga practice today is going to be, but I honestly have no idea. It's going to just be intuitive when we're in it. I'm going to trust Source to guide me through because I've been overstimulating myself a little bit. But as you see, I have all the things behind me for sound baths. So this is an earth energy, meaning hand pan, drum, a little bit of shaker, some crystal bowls, and a little bit of finger piano, and really wanting to ground into our essence. So as you guys grab what you need for class, I'm going to shift back to my mat and I will announce when we will officially begin. All right, hopefully, I don't know why things look blurry to me. Okay. It's like, hopefully things will adjust, and I think it is. But as we are working with this full moon, knowing, oh, there's Tallulah. We have a Tallulah in the room. Say hi. Hi. She is testing me today. All right. So full moon in Capricorn, like I said, is Tallulah. Please stop. Let's see. Is an earth energy. So we are working with the earth, grounding. The emotions of a Capricorn can seem pretty deep and just kind of very internal energy when we're talking about Capricorn. And sometimes they're hard to read, what they're feeling, what they're going through. And so this is a full moon. And this is also the second time we're in this energy. Our last full moon was in Capricorn again. So maybe just notice what was being highlighted in the full moon in Capricorn 4 weeks ago-ish, and what's being highlighted now for you at this moment. What emotions, what challenges, what's being shown a light on, because that's what we're working with a full moon. It's highlighting certain aspects and kind of putting a spotlight on it. And so when we're feeling that, it can feel really intense. And we want to be mindful of that intensity. A lot of times people say, oh, it's a full moon, you can tell because everyone's acting crazy. That's because everything's being shown the light, and that's an opportunity to either lean into how can you respond, or are you leaning into reacting too much and kind of getting into a very dense, aggressive energy with the full moon. So really notice that. That's when everything is at full peak in your body. That's really a time to tap in, journal, take some meditation and opportunities just to listen in and what all is flowing through your body, what's surfacing. And so with this energy in mind, if you have a personal intention for today's yoga practice, you can use that intention and definitely go with it through our class. But I like to pick an oracle card. Today we are doing the Herbal Astrology Oracle card deck. This is all plants. And I was just really called to, obviously it's earth energy, getting into the plants, working with the plants to help support whatever we're going through. So I'm going to just tap in. If you have any feelings or thoughts as you sit, maybe close your eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths. Maybe call in your personal question or thought going on in your mind, in your world right now. It's the collective consciousness intention for this full moon in Capricorn. Right, so 3 cards came out, but I asked, which is the one we want to stick with today, and that is Lemon Balm. Number 52, if 52 means anything to you, or 5 close to a 7, if 7 means anything to you, Lemon Balm is nurture. So I'll try to lean this in a little bit so you can see the card. Here we go. Maybe I can hide my face behind that. It's always reversed when I'm on here. Right, Lemon Balm. 52, nurture. And so when I look at this card, I see a bumblebee, which to me, bumblebees are all about community, right? Working together to create something. And help each other and support of each other, which is very nurturing energy. And also honey as a whole is very good for not only the throat, but also just a soothing sensation for relaxation. A lot of times we put honey in our tea or something like that to help calm the nervous system. So that's what I see when I look at this card. She's also offering something. And so like this feeling of giving to others, of creating something beautiful and bringing it as an offering for all, for your community that you're working with. Also, she's in gold, and to me, this very humbling energy. She's very covered and respectful. And gold is, and just like honey is golden, it's like the sense of abundance. You're overflowing with abundance, and there's so much to give and nurture for someone else because you're filled fully from within. And this is all just what I'm feeling from looking at the card, but we'll actually read what this card has to say. Again, when we do these energy readings, take what resonates, leave the rest behind, of course. And so, whoop, that's the wrong one. There we go. Earth Mother. So this card means Earth Mother, access to the ways of Earth, planetary guardian, balance of feelings and emotions, nurturance. The astrological ruler of this card or of Lemon Balm is Ceres and Jupiter. And so this book gives a whole detail of the plan, but I'm going to go straight to the guidance section. Give yourself permission to mother the deepest core of yourself. Listen to your inner child. Receive the unconscious parts of your past. Forgive yourself and liberate the inner child that has remained in silence. Lemon balm assists us in reconnecting to the gentle power of nurturance. Her soft and gentle touch reminds us to connect to the great mother in all her shapes and forms. The medicine of honeybee is here to serve you, prompting you to ask yourself, where can I soften and receive? How can I access my inner child how can I access my inner child to access the great wholeness? Honeybee symbolizes the magic of nectar, vitality, prosperity, and the great inner and outer wealth that is ahead. Oh, beautiful. So really tapping into the inner child and nurturing and loving yourself. And so when we do that, we can nurture and love others more fully because we're filled within. Everything is a reflection. So if you're feeling any sense of density or hardness towards yourself, it's going to reflect out to others, and others are also going to reflect that back to you. So being very mindful of that. And so when you can fill up the inner nurture to yourself, imagine what ripples out then, what is received back to you. And then it's just this overflow of abundance of giving and receiving. So that's kind of what I'm feeling from this. And so as we go through our flow and as we go through our sound bath, breathing deeper and nurturing yourself through the feelings, through the emotions, and everything that's coming up, giving yourself love. And so with this knowing, we'll move into our yoga practice. And I'm going to leave this card out today just as a centerpiece and a focal point for me to come back to as we go through flow. Again, you'll need your yoga mat, maybe some blocks, and have some props nearby for the sound bath at the end. But no, I have to transition and pull all the equipment in towards me. So if before we settle in fully into Shavasana, if you want to grab a blanket or extra pillows, whatever you need for that part, headphones, there's an opportunity then to do that, and I will remind you when that time comes. But for now, let's go ahead and begin our practice. And let's begin laying down. Completely laying down in your Shavasana on the floor, legs extended, palms up to the ceiling as this act of letting go, sinking the shoulders down into the mat. Taking some nice, deep, full breaths all the way down into your belly, filling up fully in your inhale. Exhaling out your mouth. Again, deep inhale. Letting it go. Allow yourself a moment to arrive, to be present, to notice and observe what's coming up, what you're feeling. Putting away inside your day, knowing this is exactly where you need to be to honor yourself, to nurture yourself. Feel the holding of the earth beneath your body, as if maybe you could sink all the way down through your mat, through the floor in your home, all the way into the dirt of the earth, letting her hold you. Take another deep breath in. Exhale it out. Bring your right hand to your heart and bring your left hand on top of the right. Feel your heart. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the inner child of your heart. The little version of you that deserves the nurturing, that deserves the holding. Allow that version of you to be present through practice. And take another deep breath in. Exhale it out. We'll take a moment just to rest here in stillness. Breathe deeply into your heart space. And when you're ready, go ahead and hug your knees in towards your chest. Taking a gentle rock from side to side. And then curl your upper body up and in, trying to get your forehead to touch your knees. Get as tight as you can, like a little child curling up in a ball. Deep inhale. Exhale it out. Lower the torso back down. Let's do that again. Take a deep inhale. Curl yourself up nice and tight. Hold the breath. Exhale, relax back down. Last one. Inhaling, curling it up tight. Exhale, relax. We'll go ahead and bring your hands behind your knees. Find a gentle rock up to seated a few times. So nice rocking and rolling for the spine. Again, this is something maybe you did as a child. This little playful movement is so good for the spine as well. Take one more rock. And then we'll plant the feet, staying seated. Keeping the hands behind the knees. Let's inhale, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, scoop and round, lean back. Inhale, pull the heart up. Exhale, scoop and round. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and come back to that neutral position and bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open. And we're going to sweep our arms underneath our calves, holding on to the tops of our feet and curling our body inward. Drop your head towards your heart. Breathe into your heart. What are you feeling today? Can you breathe a little deeper into the emotions you're holding in your body from the week, the emotions that are coming up in this full moon? Can you love yourself a little more through the process? And we'll slowly roll up through the spine. And we'll meet in a child's pose. You can always swing your legs around or maybe cross over the shins and come up through a tabletop. Bringing your big toes to touch, letting the knees go as wide as the mat, sinking down into your child's pose. Really grounding your intuition to the earth. When we're children, we're really tapped into our body's wisdom and we have no fear of our emotions. We feel them fully. And so as you ground your forehead here, tap into that inner child. What emotions was she feeling or he feeling? What did you feel without any holding back? Today we have to keep everything so in check and so wound up. If you could actually allow yourself to feel, what would you really be feeling right now? Take a deep breath. Can you vocalize it down into the earth with an exhale? Let it go. Feel it, process it. One more deep breath. We'll just lift the head up off the mat. Keep your left hand grounded. Reach your right arm up. Inhale. And then exhale, thread the arm underneath your body. Drop the shoulder down. Breathing into the shoulder. Go ahead and ground through the left hand to press yourself back up. Inhale, reach your right arm back up to the ceiling. And then exhale, drop it down as you shift to the other side. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, thread it underneath the body. One more deep breath. And gently pressing through your right hand to come back up. Inhaling to lift the left arm up. Exhale to ground down as you come up to a tabletop position, bringing your knees right underneath your hips, hands right underneath your shoulders. We inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart up and forward. Exhale, round the spine, really press the mat away. Inhaling, dropping the belly, broadening the heart up and forward. Exhale, scoop and round. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then settle yourself back to neutral. And we're going to just focus on moving the pelvis through your cat-cow. And the reason why we're doing this is in our legs and in our hips and in our pelvis is all our root chakra. And when we're talking about our inner child, we're tuning into our roots, our foundation. And so you'll notice I won't even move my upper body for this round of cat-cow. I want you to think about just inhaling, dropping your belly down, actively try to point your tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, scoop your low belly up and in to point your tailbone straight down to the mat. Inhale, drop the belly, activate your low back muscles to point the tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, pull the low belly up and in and actively try to point your tailbone down. So we're feeling the muscles in the low back activate, supporting the spine, and also activating the low belly to support the lumbar spine as well. 2 more rounds. Inhale, point up. Exhale, round. Inhale, point up. Exhale, point it down. Good. We'll go ahead and come back to neutral. If you have blocks, grab a hold of them. Bring them into the center line of your mat. So not as wide as your mat, but closer together. And then you're going to take your left foot and step it out as wide as your mat. And I know you can't quite see my foot, But my heel is on the mat and my toes are off the mat. And also my knee is as stacked over my ankle as possible. So I'm not letting my knees surpass my ankle over my toes. And you can use these blocks to just give yourself a little extra support. And if you don't need them, don't use them. Let the hands rest on the ground. But I find blocks are so important to help find good alignment, to honor where your body's at, because when you're trying to reach all the way down to the ground, sometimes we're overdoing it. And so this is a good way to support yourself and where you're at. And you can gently rock side to side like I am here, but be very kind, be very mindful. We're opening the hips again, still working with the root space, our foundations, that deep earth energy, our inner child. And then you'll just bring your left hand to the left knee and start to rotate towards that leg, finding a twist. Taking 3 deep belly breaths. And we'll slowly untwist the body, grounding that hand, and just bringing that knee back to the other one. Taking that to the other side. So stepping your right foot forward, heel on the mat, toes off the mat. Again, checking in that your knee is stacked over your ankles. And again, if it feels good, maybe take a little shift from side to side. And we'll use the right hand to rest on that right knee, twisting towards the leg. Deep belly breath. We'll go ahead and untwist the body. Now, option to take a child's pose here, but if Malasana is in your practice, we're going to tuck the back toes, step that back foot to equal the right side. So both heels are on the mat, toes are off the mat. So you want your feet as wide as your mat, and then you'll drop your tailbone down towards the earth. Use your elbows to push your knees open and actively try to pull your heart through the legs. Your top of your head should be pointing straight up to the ceiling, so we're not letting it drop forward. And our tailbone should be actively trying to point towards the floor. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. And then we'll go ahead and ground the hands down, send the tailbone straight up, and then heel toe your feet right underneath your hips. And if your blocks are in the way, just move them off to the side. Taking a rag doll, so bend the knees generously, grab onto your elbows, take a little sway from side to side, shake your head out, yes, no, maybe so, let it all go. Then you can either hold maybe behind your knees or your calves, ankles. If you want, peace fingers around your big toes. You're going to inhale, drop your hips, travel your heart forward as much as you can. Exhale, extend the legs. Inhale, drop the tailbone, lift the heart. Exhale, extend. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. And this time we'll bend your knees completely down. Come up on the balls of your feet. So your heels should be lifted off the mat. And we're really hugging those knees into the chest. If you're feeling a little wobbly today, keep your fingertips on the mat. But if you can, wrap your arms around your knees. Actively try to pull your low belly in towards your spine. This is a good balancing practice, especially with a puppy in your face. And then you'll want to, if you can, if you're feeling good here, try to bring your forehead to your knees. And if you're feeling really good, try to close your eyes. Have a little play with it. If you fall out, come right back in. But know that we are going to just fall backwards on purpose and plant your tailbone down. Go ahead and scoot forward on the mat. Come all the way back down onto your back. So let's come into a happy baby. And hold on to your big toes with 2 peace fingers. Maybe behind your knees if you're feeling a little tight. Shins, ankles, wherever feels good. Finding a gentle rock from side to side. Try to pull the shoulder blades down into the mat. Keep your tailbone grounded. If you notice your tailbone's rolling upwards like so and your shoulders are not on the ground, lower your grip so that way you can flatten your back entirely on the floor. Really feel that grounding. Deep belly breath. Remembering that happy baby is a happy baby. So embracing that sensation of happiness for a moment. When we live in a state of joy, we feel more abundant. We have more gratitude. It's not a sad baby. It's a happy baby. Though we might feel sad. We want to honor our feelings today. So it's okay. If it's a sad baby, let it be a sad baby. If it's an angry baby, let it be an angry baby. Whatever baby you want to be today. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale it out. And then from here, we will begin to make our way into our final resting pose. So option to grab all the props you would like. If you're ready just to lay flat down, you can lay flat down. If there's any other twists or asanas that you would really like to take to honor your body before we get into that, you can. Maybe a Supta Baddha Konasana, again, opening the hips, working on the roots and foundations. Also a great one is bridge. So let yourself play for a little bit as I gather all the instruments. Knowing that when you arrive to your final relaxation is when you're meant to arrive. There's no rush. We're honoring Mother Earth. She chooses where she wants to be and when she wants to be there, regardless of what anyone else says, thinks. That is the energy of Earth. She is amazing. She is beautiful. Again, if you want to grab any pillows, maybe you want to switch to headphones, you can. Eye pillow or something to cover your eyes, always an option. And so as we settle in, allow yourself to make any last adjustments. Allow the eyes to feel heavy, and if you feel safe to, completely close them. And take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Remember your intention. Your intention might be separate from the collective intention for today's sound bath, which is nurturing. Nurturing your inner child, loving yourself, filling yourself up with understanding and compassion. So really breathing into the emotions coming up when we contemplate our inner child. How can we better serve that space? How can we better nurture that space? So take another deep breath in. Exhale it out. Let go. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. And taking your time to come back, knowing that there's no rush. If you feel called to create any movement, make it tiny movements, just the fingers, or maybe just your toes. Remembering what it feels like to move this human essence. With every deep breath you take, inviting bigger movements, organic movements. Taking any stretches, twists, knees to chest, whatever movement feels right to bring you back. And as you move and discover your movement, just sending yourself love, nurturing, understanding, honoring how your body wants to move and which ways it's moving. Moving through the stiffness and moving towards healing. And at your own time, if you feel called to come seated, if you're laying down to seal our time together, you can, but know and honor wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. There's no rush to seal this time together. We'll go ahead and take a deep inhale, reach the arms up if you're seated. Exhale, bring palms to heart center. The light in me honors light in you and the inner child within you. Send yourself such deep love, compassion, understanding, so that way you can send it out towards others. Thank you so much for joining me in this full moon in Capricorn class. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, you can send a super thanks, makes me super happy, or just comment, like, subscribe. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. I hope you have a beautiful evening. Namaste.